Hello guys and welcome to Coding Orbit. In this video, I will show you how to implement navigation drawer in your Flutter application. We have a button here, open navigation drawer. Once we click it, it will open the drawer and we can open it from swiping from left to right, or you can open it from the app bar. When you click on this button, it will open up. Now we have an image here and some data. Then we have navigation links here, and once we click on any of them, it will take us to the proper page, and when we click back, it will close the navigation drawer. Now before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our content. Now let's get started. Alright, I have already created a skeleton project for this application. So I created a material app. Inside it, home widget. The home widget has a scaffold. Inside the scaffold we have an app bar, inside the text widget, and a background color black. Then I'm having a center widget, inside it size box with height 50 and with media query dot width minus 100. Then an elevated button, and the elevated button we are giving it a style, elevated button dot style from primary color black, and I'm giving it an icon which is open a new with color white, and a text open navigation drawer with text style colors white. And the only pressed now doesn't do anything. We will get to it in a while after we create the navigation drawer. So let's get started. Alright, now we have to create a file called navigation drawer. So let's create a file called navigation drawer and import material.dart. Then create a stateless widget. Let's call it navigation drawer. Now we're not gonna return a container here, we will actually return drawer. And inside the drawer we will give it a child, and this child would be material. I will tell you in a while why material. Then we will give it colors dot black, and then we will give it a child property, and this child property is actually a column. Alright, now before we continue, let's create another file and let's call it navigation or drawer item, and import material.dart again. Then create a stateless widget and let's call it drawer item. Now this drawer item takes in final string name and takes final icon data icon, and it takes final function on pressed. So we will create a constructor for it now, and we will make them all required so it doesn't complain about null safety. So I will add required also here, and now instead of returning a container, I would return size box with height 40 and child row. Now inside the row we will have children. The first child is an icon, and this icon takes the icon, and it takes a size of 20 and colors dot white. And after the icons I would have size box again with width of 40 and make it const so it doesn't complain. Then I would have text. The text is the name, then style, text style with font size, let's say 20, and colors dot white, and let's make this const so it doesn't complain. Now we're not using the only pressed, so we have to, and to make this clickable we just wrap it with another widget, and this widget is actually either gesture detector or inkwell. So in this tutorial I will use inkwell, and inkwell takes on tap, so we will give the on tap on the pressed, and that's it for this file. Alright, now I will go to the navigation drawer again, and inside the column children I'll create a drawer item, and this item takes a name, and inside the name I will create, say, people, and I will give it an icon, and this icon is icons dot people, and it takes omnipressed as well, and this omnipressed I will create a method in a while called onItem pressed, and it takes context and it takes named parameter index, and we will give it 0 for now. Now, instead of boring you and type drawer item many times, I will just paste the others, and I will create this method onItem pressed. So down here I'll create void onItem pressed, and this takes build context, and it also takes named parameter required int index. Now inside here, the first thing we need to do, whenever a user click on any of these items, we want to close the drawer, but let me give you a little bit of space. Alright, so we will say navigator dot pop, and we'll use the context to do so. After it, we will create a switch statement, and this switch, it takes the index. Then the first case 0, we will create navigator dot push, and it takes the context and material page route. Inside the builder, we will give it context. Then we will navigate to another page, but we haven't created that page, so let's create it. Inside the lib, let's create directory called pages, and inside the pages, let's create another Dart file called people. Now here, import material and stateless widget people, doesn't take anything, and we will return scaffold. Inside the scaffold, we will give it an app bar title context people, and then center title to true, and finally background colors dot the black. Alright, now here we will say const and people and semicolon here. Alright, after it we will have break, and I will not create the other cases, I will just create default here, and after the default just navigator.pop with a break. Alright, now we have to create the header for this, so let's create a header widget. Alright, and let's go down. After this function, let's create widget header widget. It doesn't take anything, and instead of boring you and type everything, I will just paste it. I have an online URL, and this is widget, the D is here. Alright, online URL and a row, it returns a row with circle avatar and background image, the URL, then a size box of 20, and a column which is text, person name, and size box height of 10, and text, person, email. And let's have padding here for the column. Let's add padding, and this padding from left to right, and let's have it here 24, then top let's say 80, then 24 from the right, then 0 from bottom. And let's go to the main, and in the scaffold here we can have specify drawer, so we will specify navigation drawer and have a const here so it doesn't complain. Now let's rerun our app to see how it appears. Alright, now if we click this is how it will appear. So let's edit it a little bit. Let's go to the navigation drawer, and after the header widget, let's add const size box with height 40 for example, and let's have const divider as well, and this divider have thickness of 1 and height of 10. Then let's have colors dot gray. Alright, now after it, let's also have const size box with height 40, and let's have size box with height 30 here, and let's save it and see how it appears. Alright, it does appear much better. Now if we click on the people, it will navigate us to this people page, and once we go back it will close the drawer, because in the method here we specify to close the drawer whenever we click on this method, so in any item in the drawer. And if we click on anyone, alright, we have a black screen now, and that's because we specified a default here and we specified navigation.pop here. So let's remove the default and let's just keep the first case for the people, and you can add how many whatever pages you want. So let's rerun it now, and that happened because navigator.pop called it twice. So now if we click on any of those, it will not happen, it will just pop the drawer, and we can swipe it from here to here. Now our last thing we have to do, we have to make this button open the drawer. So let's go to the main, and inside the main here in the onPressed we have to say scaffold dot of context dot open drawer, and let's save it. Now if we click on this button we will have an error, and this error is because this context belongs to this scaffold. It's not a context for a child widget of the scaffold. So we will wrap the center with a builder. So wrap it with a builder, then save it, and let's go to the simulator again, open navigation drawer, and it works. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our content, and see you in the next video.